I'm doing an example of, or 5 example solves. I was gonna say example of 5. So the scrambles will be in the description below. I already have my cube scrambled for the first scramble, and I noticed I can do a very easy blue cross because I noticed my pieces here, 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 and here, and this one's actually solved. So I want to go on ahead and do an F because I'm solving it on bottom. So that way this edge is good. This edge is good. And then I want to do a U2. So that way when I do an L, this edge is an F move away. But I don't want to put that in place yet, because I actually have an X cross, because I noticed this edge here. So it's a D, R prime, D prime to place that edge, which builds this block. And then it's an F prime to solve this edge. Then I've got this F2L pair right here, which is simply R, U, R prime, U prime, F, U prime, F prime. I've got this pair right here, the red and white, which is U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U2. But actually I do a U, because I have this pair, which is L, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, F, R, F prime. Because that gives me a COLL, which is cross-solved and everything else not. So this, I do a U2, R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U2. So actually that U2 at the beginning was pointless. And then I've got a counterclockwise U perm. Next scramble. I'm going to scramble off screen because okay, so I've got a pretty decent green cross here. I can actually easily get all my edges for it good and have it basically RUL. So I can do an because I've got this here which is bad, this which is bad, and this is which is bad, and this is good. So I can do an R prime to put it the green edges along each other, and then an F because this, or an F prime because then this is solved in relation. I want to do a D prime, R prime because then this is solved in relation, a D prime again, so that way these are all in position, and then an R prime, so that way this is solved. Next I notice this pair right here, which I'm going to solve and insert. Then I have this pair, which is a simple insert, and then there's this pair, insert, and I'm going to do a down wedge for this pair, so that way now all my edges are good, and solve the cube, and solve that. Then I have a COLL, which I don't know, so it's actually just an OCLL, but I am gonna attempt it, which that didn't work. I actually just attempted it because with an intuitive alg. So I rotate, and I've got an R perm. Don't do that. Don't do what I just did and do this, because you don't want that. Okay, next scramble. Okay, once again I notice I've got a pretty good green cross again. I can, because I'm solving on bottom, I can do B prime, R, F prime, and I can do an R prime. I want to do a D, L, D, L prime. Solves my cross. Next I noticed this pair while I was solving my cross, so I can do an L prime, U, L prime, U, front wedge, L, front wedge, inverted. So then I've got this pair right here, which is simply sexy till it's the RU, R prime away from being paired, and then I do a U, and then F, U, F prime. Next I have this pair right here, which is easily solved by doing R prime, U prime, R2, U, R prime. Next I want to rotate. I rotated the wrong way there. It's Y. Because I have this pair here, which I can do U2, R, U prime, R prime, U, R, U prime, R prime, U. And because I know this case, I do because I know this case, I've got a good edge here, a good edge here. I can do R, U, R prime, make these good, and these are bad. So by doing a sledgehammer, they're good. Next I have another COLL, which is, I believe this is it. I don't know, I'm still learning it. So my alg may be wrong, it may be right. It's wrong. Wrong again. I'm just trying my COLL because I don't know it and I'd like to know it. So I just went ahead and did OLL. So now I've got a G firm. Next scramble. Once again, this will be in the scrambles are in the description. I don't actually think I said that. So get another good green cross. You can do a U prime D R prime B prime, or actually I don't do that B prime. I do an L B U or whatever this is, the D F D prime F prime, and I can make an X cross here by doing R or L U L prime U, and then inserting that, and then a D. Next I notice this pair, which can't be solved using R and U, so I down wedge and insert. I've got this, which can't be solved using R and U, so I down wedge. Actually, hang on, even if I down wedge that, okay. So I actually do an inverted sledgehammer and pair it. End up with this pair and pair it. Here I notice I've got opposite, or these two need to be swapped and these two are solved. So I've got an adjacent swap. So when I do that, I know I'll get a certain set of PLLs, which here I end up with a left-handed R-perm, which is okay. Next scramble, and the final one. Okay, I have a pretty nice orange cross. I have my edges all nicely aligned. So when I do an F, L prime, D2, F prime, R2, L2, solve my cross. And then I have this pair right here, so I want to do a down wedge. So I can solve it using R and U, which is just a simple insert. I got this one right here, which I down wedge, so I can solve it using R, U, L. So it's a simple pair. And insert. Right here, R, U, L. Or just R, U pair. Insert. And this pair right here is an R, U insert. For this, I've got actually an O. I'm actually going to do CLL and ELL. Well, actually, I'm going to do OLL because I'm just going to call this an OLLCP. And then I've got the U-perm from the back. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. That's 5 example solves on various cross colors.